Well, happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday.
And even happier Monday to the people I can see. Because the rest of you, sorry, black screens don't count. It is the 16th of October, if you didn't know. Monday, which is typically what most people hate about the weeks, but it's also the first day back after a fall break. It's time to get back to work.
Yes, sir.
Last we spoke, challenge is to go out there and connect with some people. Challenge is to go out there and talk to 5 people randomly and just add 5 friends to your life. Who was successful this weekend? Who had some wins you want to share? I mean, I can celebrate Jacob. He's been very consistent with his social media posts about house walkthroughs and such. Consistency is key in that game. Great job, buddy. And you didn't think I was watching.
Yeah, thank you. I've been trying to stay as consistent with everything as possible.
It is tough. It is tough. Any other wins, celebrations, or shares that you got to get off your chest? Boast yourself up. Be braggadocious. This call is all about it. I love that energy. Because when you're proud of yourself, you do more of it.
I door knocked my neighborhood on Friday. Met a few people, spoke to several Ring doorbells. But you just find out about it. Like one lady, we're having a neighborhood party and a client appreciation party next weekend, so I was inviting folks to that. So I had a good reason. But like one woman just started crying. She's like, I just lost my son. And so I was giving her hugs, and I'm gonna stop by with some food later. So anyway, it's just you just never know what people are going through until you meet your neighbors. So
love on people. I love it. When you love on people, magic happens.
Yeah.
Anything else? Come on now. This is your time. Let's start Monday off. It's about the energy you're going to go out to. All right.
I hosted 2 open house, and I got 2 solid leads out of it.
Way to go.
This weekend.
Nice.
good job.
I love it. All right. I know it's hard. I know it's Monday. You probably don't have enough caffeine in your systems yet. But that's all right. Because if I can do it without caffeine, so can you. It's just called flip the switch. Your success is dictated on your attitude. How many successful people do you know have a really bad attitude?
Not many.
Not many. Not many at all. Because they look for the possible. They look for possibilities. I don't care your political standings. I really don't. I'm going to bring up something that everybody knows. Donald Trump thinks pretty highly of himself, doesn't he? Do you think that's also probably why he's been successful in the many endeavors he's done? If you ever read his biography or you know a little bit of his life story, he's failed multiple times. Complete collapse. And then rebuilt again. We all know Donald Trump because he was in the limelight with celebrity shows, but he was also our president, but he's also been all over the news. He's not a rare case. If you look at a lot of the mega successful business people out there, men and women alike, you will find that they all share that similar high self-regard. They believe they can do it. They believe they can do great things. Another thing they share is extreme self-criticism. They're hard on themselves. They demand perfection. And oftentimes we get stuck in that loop of, I know I can do it, but I'm also shitty at what I do. I have to do better. The analysis paralysis. Making sure it's right before you get started. Well, I can tell you that these massively successful people often made moves they didn't understand. They did things without knowing the outcome. Because they knew as long as I was moving forward, I was going where I wanted to go. It's a term in Keller Williams you hear all the time. It's called failing forward. Fail often. Because if you're not failing, you're not trying. If you're not trying, you're not pushing yourself. If you're not pushing yourself, you're not growing. And without growth, the only thing I can assure you is certain demise. So this is your Motivation Mindset Monday, is to lean in on the belief of yourself. To lean in on that pride, that ego inside of you that says you can do it. And silence the one that says, but it has to be perfect. Too often I talk to agents that want to get in this business or want to do some things in this business or want to change or do a different direction or go a different route. And they don't see the potential there because it's not perfect. It's not black and white. It's not scripted in front of them. And other agents are like, woohoo, let's go. They jump out before the parachute's even ready or their wings are even built. Who do you think's more successful in the long run? The agent that preps and get everything right before they do it, or the one that jumps out there and figures it out on the way? I've done a lot of things in my life. A lot. From tying my shoes to buttoning my shirts to ironing things for the first time. I've done a lot of things. And I assure you that the first time I attempted some of these things wasn't that good. But after years and years and years of practice, the iron doesn't scare me anymore. My shoes are 90% tied right. I can do laundry without completely destroying my clothes. These are all small victories, and we do that every day, Dan. We do that every day. These are the things we do every day. But the same goes true to real estate. The same goes true to connecting and being a purpose-built person in real estate, a professional. When you have conversations and you're purposeful about the people you talk to and you build a database and you nurture and you follow up and you do everything you're supposed to do, regardless of the desire to quit or regardless of that fear that you don't know what you're doing, you start to build the competencies around it. I handle objections like tying shoes. I am better at handling objections than I am at having normal conversations because I've practiced them so much. I'm really good at coming up with creative solutions to make win-win situations happen because I've practiced them so much. And every time I've failed, I've documented it. And I found out what went wrong. And one thing I've found out is that I am a common denominator in all the things that have gone wrong in my life. I'm also a common denominator of all the things that have gone right. So I've taken extreme ownership of what I do. And if what I did didn't give me the outcome I want, guess what? I need to change something. I failed in this experiment. Let's change one variable. Can we change the outcome? No. The outcome is determined upon the action. Can we change the environment? Not really, because you can't change other people. But can you change your actions? Absolutely. So if you have failed at doing something or you're not successful in one endeavor, you're the common denominator. So you should be the one thing that can change. Believe in yourself, like I believe in you. Some of you I've never met in person. I got to give it up to Giovanni. He's come to Tucson 2 different times to try to meet me, and both times I'm out of town. This man has amazing luck. I'm like the Wizard of Oz to him. You see me, you hear from me, but you never get to see me in person. But I believe in you. And I have an emphatic belief in you, a fanatical belief in you. I believe that you can do crazy, amazing things in your life. But it's going to take self-belief to get there. So I'm going to showcase something Shannon said to me the other day, and Shannon can take herself off mute and parrot to it. She had said she just hopes agents can understand the awesomeness that this environment brings. Right? Since she stepped back into production, she's been able to do some pretty amazing things, getting caught up on some stuff, getting life put in different directions, helping create the life by design that she wants.
This is absolutely true. So I've been back into basically solely production with the exception of coaching since July. And since July, I have paid off 5 of my credit cards. I've eliminated half of the $15,000 of my IRS debt, and I am caught up on the 12 months that I was behind on my mortgage.
Huge way to go, Shannon. That is awesome.
Thank you. It felt really, really, really good. It's a small win in the right direction, and I'm not gonna lie, I was in tears last week when I realized it, but it just felt really, really good. So I don't think you guys can understand the power of what this can do for you guys, as well as give you guys the freedom that you're needing and wanting for your life, for your personal life.
Those aren't small wins, Shannon. Those are huge, and congratulations.
That's inspiring.
Thank you.
Guys, I like you to show and share because you're in this together. If I tell you all the wins that I have and I tell you all the great things going on in my life, it doesn't have the same effect because I'm the coach. It's supposed to be that way for me. But when you share wins together, your peers, it's a lot more impactful because then you get to see that it is possible. If they can do it, you can do it. If they can't do it, you can still do it. But I want you to find that little voice inside of you that says, I can do it, and give them a megaphone. The more you believe in your abilities, the better you will get at expressing them. Because I know when Jacob first got in this business, social media was a struggle for him. Posting was difficult. Getting out of your comfort zone is not easy. That's why I call it a comfort zone. If I gave you all the choice to wear sweatpants or a suit every day, most of you would pick sweatpants. That's also why they started creating sweatpants suits. Just saying. I found one in the Dallas airport. It was amazing. It was a suit jacket with this. It was made out of the same material as sweatpants. And they didn't have my size. Otherwise, I'd be wearing it right now. But it may seem hard today. It may not be comfortable today. It may be foreign today. It might be trying to eat cereal with your left hand if you're right-handed. It might be difficult, but if you do it enough, it becomes automatic. You don't think about it. So just like Donald Trump, Whoopi Goldberg, Bill Gates, all these massively successful people that you know of, we don't think about their struggles, their strife, or their failures. We just see them and where they've been successful. But every one of them started off in the unknown. If you know Whoopi Goldberg, or hell, look at Oprah. Oprah got fired multiple times. Disney was once fired from his creative job because they were told he wasn't creative enough. These are all cases you can go out there and look and research and find that I'm not smoke and mirrors. But the one base understanding here is if you believe you can achieve, you can. Set a goal for yourself and go and do it. You are 2.5 months from the end of this year. The activities that you do today 100% affect the outcome of tomorrow. So do not let an easy today rob you of an easier tomorrow. Do the work. Do the hard work. Do things that other people aren't willing to do so you can live a life they can never achieve. How many times have you looked back at what you've accomplished and been like, holy shit, I did that?
That happened to me like 2 days ago, actually. Talking to my girlfriend, and she was like, have you thought about like where you're at right now? And I started thinking about like, where I'm at. Like a year ago, I moved up to Phoenix, left my parents' house. I just started thinking, I have my own car, I pay my own bills, I pay, I get my own groceries, this and that. And she made me realize that like I've come a long way in 1 year. And I was like, oh my God. And it hit me. I was like, I have accomplished something, So it's really important.
That's why we start every day off talking about your victories, your wins, your successes, what you're proud of. This is the most important thing we'll ever do on this call, is to get your mindset right. Because I can teach you exactly what to say in every situation you're ever going to be in. Is that going to help you? No. Because if you don't put yourself in situations, those words don't mean anything to you. It's like the doomsday preppers that are packing their basement full of munitions and supplies for a day that probably will never come. But if I practice, I'll get better. Good. But we're not practicing just to get better. We're practicing to go do it. We're practicing to put yourself in situations that you can find real estate gold, professional gold, life gold. Because the things you learn in this environment, not just real estate, they're business ownership, it's investing, it's mindset, it's money, it's wealth generating. We're working towards something, a bigger goal. My son even said it at dinner last night. He's all, I'm going to be the rich one in the family. And my daughter laughed at him. But it was the thing, I was like, keep that energy, man. Go after it. Small-minded people will never propel you to where you want to go. And the big-minded people, the rich, the wealthy, the fantabulous, are never going to shade you because you have big goals. When I was 19 years old, I met a guy and I helped him buy a truck. Like I helped him buy a truck. And Ben was one of the most gracious and humble men I have ever met. And he was worth billions. Ben and I were friends up until he passed away. I could call Ben randomly and just say, hey, I'm running through this scenario. Let me know when you got a chance to talk about it. He said, oh no, I got time right now, Dan. What do you need? And I told him, hey, one day I want to own an apartment complex just like you do. And one day I want to do this just like you do. And he's the one that set me on the path to where I'm at today. And this guy could have bought the dealership tenfold, but he came in like a normal person because he wanted to know about the truck that he was looking at. And I treated him like a normal person. And he said it was the first time he felt normal in a long time. Remind you, this guy's net worth started with a B, but he also had that same mentality. I can do it. I will take over the world. And he challenged me to do the same. Hey, you're too big for this environment. Go do something bigger. Get out of your fishbowl. Go do something great. Stop living a small life. People are buying and selling real estate today. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So you just need to go out there and talk to them. I know it's uncomfortable to strike up a conversation in line at Starbucks. I know it's uncomfortable to give your business card out to the cashier at the grocery store. I know it's uncomfortable to go door knock your neighborhood and introduce yourself. I know it's uncomfortable. You want to know what's also uncomfortable? Failure. Not being able to pay your bills. Being 12 months back on your mortgage. Struggling to make ends meet. Having to tell your kids no. That's uncomfortable too. So which uncomfortable do you choose? I choose to fail forward. I choose to find what does and doesn't work so that ultimately I can have a net win. Because I can tell you, sitting on the couch playing video games, which I intend to do sometimes, I enjoy them, doesn't further my goal.
You just reminded me of a photo. My bad. You just reminded me of a photo I've seen like the other day on the internet, and it shows a picture of a guy in half. Like half of his body is really fit, and the other half is, he's like obese. And it says you can either be uncomfortable or you can be uncomfortable. You just reminded me of that.
Use your
Thought I'd
discomfort.
put that out.
Right? Some of you guys know I love Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. It's like it was my jam. And I was finding myself in a bad place, and I stopped. I literally just stopped drinking soda one day. And now all I drink is water. Sometimes a glass of milk when I'm feeling frisky. But that's it. Just water. It's very uncomfortable for me not to have the things that I enjoy. But I also know that not sleeping, having the heart palpitations, having the gut trouble, having the headaches, all the caffeine-related side effects that I was having is also very uncomfortable. Choose your discomfort. We get on this call to learn scripts, and we learn objection handling, and we learn life skills. But that's why Monday we start off with motivation, the mindset. Because if I can challenge you to be 1% better today and 1% better tomorrow, and continue that 1% growth forever, where are you going to be in 5 years? I know where Giovanni is in just a year, how much he's grown in just the time I've known him. And I'm not even his direct coach. Most of you aren't even my direct coachees. You're just part of this environment. Hell, I used to coach Giovanni's mom. We will underestimate where we can be in 5 years, and we will greatly overestimate where we can be in 1 year. Because we have a long-term vision problem. A lot of us have short-term vision. What do I want to do today, tomorrow, this week, this month? What do you want to do in your life? What do you want them to put on your epitaph? How big of a headstone do you want to have? Because when I leave this earth, I'm leaving behind a crater of positivity, and it's going to come with being uncomfortable. So get out of your comfort zone. For those of you got your cameras on, I know that's a big start because it's uncomfortable to be on camera. Because one, Tyler's just a pretty man. He just put his face right up in there. One, it's hard to be exposed. But I hate to tell you this, in real estate, you are a public figure. Not one of you will become a secret agent. There's a joke, you can roll a grenade into any restaurant and kill 5 realtors. That's the truth. Everyone's got a real estate license. Your competition is everywhere. But what are you doing that they're not? You're willing to fail. You're pushing yourself out there. You're leaning in on your unrealistic belief in yourself. And if you don't have an unrealistic belief in yourself, then have the unrealistic belief that I have in you. I can do this because Big Dan believes in me. Don't rob a bank. I don't believe you can get away with that, though. There are limitations. My great cousin didn't do so well at it. By the way, you guys didn't know this. I am related to Clyde Barrow of Bonnie and Clyde. So he wasn't very successful at it. He ended up pretty holy. So self-belief is a big thing, my friends. Any other thoughts, comments, add-ons to that?
I read the 12-week year. I finished it last week. It's a really great book.
Powerful shit, isn't it?
Really? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And if you guys haven't heard of that 12-week year, fantastic book. There's also a ton of resources go along with it where you can plan your success in 12-week years, which will make you probably exponentially more successful than people that just focus on a 12-month year. Keep your goals in front of you. Well, guys, it's another great Monday. Did I power you up a little bit? You get some go-getter juice in, you know?
Woohoo!
Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
I know, Bree, you guys have your last week of Ignite, right?
Yes. I'm gonna head out there as soon as we hit this call off.
Yeah, because I know Cheryl said she had to leave 10 minutes ago because she lives a little further than you do. Lean in on your market centers, my friends. Lean in on the opportunities you have around you. But take inventory of the minds you surround yourself with. If they're limited in your mindset, you're going to be limited in your growth. You should have that one friend that scares the shit out of you because they always have big dreams and big goals, big aspirations. They challenge you to do more. We all have the friends that are safe, the ones that tell us we did a good job, it's okay, you did enough. You know what? I want to be the friend that says you can do more. That's great. What else are you going to do? The inner millennial in me is screaming like, just hug me and tell me I did great. No. You did good. Now go get some more. What have you done for me lately?
Would be better.
I believe in you. I really do. Full-heartedly. If you want to accomplish it, let's go after it. My computer agrees too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and squirrely. Get your makeup on, your faces on, get your cameras on. But until then, go out there and change somebody's life. And let's start with the reflection in the mirror. Big high five.
Woohoo!